Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Berserk manga reading, where last time we read the first few chapters of the Golden Age arc. We have entered a new arc once the Black Swordsman story was resolved, and we've travelled back to get Guts' tragic upbringing, and it was certainly very tragic to get that insight into his life and his younger years and his early teens, as we've gotten to a point where we're now at 15-year-old Guts in the middle of his teens, and he's just mopped the floor with Bazuzo. So that's currently where we're at, reading the first few chapters. So this episode will be covering the next few chapters, chapters 12, 13, and 14, which equates to the Golden Age, chapters 4, 5, and 6. So I'm excited to get this one started, and I just want to, again, just briefly mention really loving and appreciating the support on the read-through so far. It really is appreciated, and it's really nice to know that you guys are enjoying my experience with this one, and actually talking about it and sharing my feelings and trying to go in depth as I can while reading and taking it all in, because it's been an absolute pleasure for me. So I'm really appreciating the feedback and enjoying the opportunity to share this read through with you. So we will jump right in now to the first page of chapter 12, which is all of the soldiers looking on in shock that Bazuzo's head basically became a cake, chopped in half. Does anyone want a slice? As the helmet that got knocked off of Guts' head last time, he puts it back on, and we get the chapter page, the Golden Age chapter 4. Guts standing right next to Bazuzo's corpse. And here we go. Let's get into it. Now, the enemy falters, mop them all up. And they rush through. Now that they're ace in the hole, Bazuzo has been completely wrecked. I would assume the morale of all of the other soldiers is now flushed down the toilet. Except for this guy, apparently. Jesus, some guy just comes out of nowhere, big boy, with his warhammer, going to go and swing at Guts as he's, like, taking the blood off the side of his head, and without even a second thought, Guts just impales the dude and downs him immediately. And here we go. This is what I was thinking we might have gotten last episode. I was like, oh, they haven't shown this, so I wonder if this was an anime edition or whether it was still in the manga, which is the Band of the Hawk watching that battle from above. And they still are. Here we go. We see a certain man with a very pointed helmet that stands out among the rest. Wow, the enemy's got some great ones too. Who's stronger, you or him? There's no comparison. Right, Griffith? And I guess this would be... Oh man, because obviously you would see this, and immediately people who had been reading this for the first time, going through the Black Swordsman arc, seeing this character that Guts keeps yelling at, Griffith! Being like, what the hell? Like, what is this relationship? Like, what fills Guts with such rage at this person that we're seeing for the first time that causes him to get up when he is at his, like, literal lowest of, like, he's completely beaten and broken, but he is filled with, like, he is reinvigorated with rage when he sees Griffith in the Black Swordsman arc. So people reading that for the first time will be like, what is this relationship, right? And we go back in time to the Golden Age, and we see this helmet. And we get the name drop of, right, Griffith? Because we did have that brief flashback between Guts and Griffith in the Black Swordsman arc at one point as well. But this is when you see the helmet on, you see that direct visual comparison, which is very cool. Griffith is silent, however. This castle's done for. Let's get out while we can. And then they leave as we see the silhouettes of fallen soldiers on the battlefield. Here's half a year's wages and the reward for this battle. Count it yourself. You were fabulous, though, luck or not. To think that a young man like you against that Bazuzo, well, frankly, I'm shocked. How now would you like to try serving me officially? I wouldn't mislead you. I'll pay you 3 times what I've already paid you, and if you wish, I'll even promote you to squire. Interesting that it provides an asterisk, and underneath in this version it states it's like a squire, and it explains that it's a knight's apprentice. A mere merc like you might never get this chance again. How about it? And then he walks off. The contract's up today, right? Looks like the fighting around here's done anyway. No, hold on. Why keep throwing yourself into dangerous battlefields? What about status, money, and security? Please, at least stay as my guest. And grabs his arm. Don't touch me! And when you see that in the anime, right? When you see that in the anime, you're like, man, okay, weird. This guy's touchy. When you've read the manga, you're like, oh my god. This is why.
Don't you ever touch me.
And then he walks off. Blasted little fool. Go and die like a dog on some battlefield then. Here we go. We're leaving. Out on the open fields. Oh. Hey, somebody's coming. Huh? Oi, look! It's the guy who killed Bazuzo yesterday. What's he doing here? He's an enemy, ain't he? That's nothing to us now. But I bet his pockets are well lined. What once was lost is found, you know? He's got the reward for killing Bazuzo. How about it, Griffith? Do as you will. Alright, you guys come with me. Oh, did you go kill him, Caucus? What? What's so funny, Casca? You aren't up to killing him, Caucus. Ha! We'll see about that. I was planning on killing Bazuzo and getting famous myself one of these days. Think I'm just going to sit back and let this bastard we've never even heard of snatch that fame away? You'll die. Well, just watch. That Caucus. Are you sure about this, Griffith? Interestingly enough, it focuses on his empty helmet in that panel instead of resting Griffith, which is very interesting. I love this introduction. And I'm actually really looking forward to getting reintroduced to the Band of the Hawk again, because obviously I watched the anime through only once. I've only watched it through once, and then the 2011 movies. But even so, I'm really looking forward to getting reintroduced to the characters in this form, and remembering each and every character, which is really exciting for me, because we know how this introduction goes. I'm just really, really intrigued at the way that the manga is going to represent it, and how all the characters are going to interact, and if anything's going to be different. It's very nice. We have Guts standing as the wind's blowing in the distance. Just my imagination? And there we go, quickly jumping out from over the hill, horses galloping and rushing towards him. Robbers! Thieves! Criminals! Go get him, Dante! Dante goes first, swings his sword, and Griffith says, how would you like to lose an arm? Did he get his arm there? I'm just trying to see this type of swipe. He either got his arm or he sliced him right in the torso. No match for for Guts. I think, yeah, sliced him right in the side of the torso. And he falls off the horse. Guts at the ready to take on everybody else. Big boy comes in. Gets Guts just in the face. And he loses an arm. There you go, there's the arm. Oh, goodbye. This guy's really strong. Oh yeah, buddy. I love how he literally took on Caucus with like almost no difficulty whatsoever, and these guys are just like, yeah, we can take him. Hey, Dante and Errol are both down. Look at that. Caucus started this, and now he's chickening out. Told you so. Casca, go take care of it. Hold on. Why me? It's Caucus's fault. And then you get that stare, right? You get just like that. Griffith opening his eyes, being like, do as I ask. Alright, fine. Hey, Rigel, go get him. Well, why me? Look how interesting these helmet designs are. Like, Casca's helmet does look quite silly in the previous panel. And this dude's helmet is very interesting as well. He's got his Bane mask on. And he's not going to last very long either. But as he goes for the swing, an arrow shoots out and gets Guts right in the arm. Casca! How can you see in that thing? How can you see in that helmet? It's super interesting. You can see that it's like shaped in a way where it's supposed to like obscure her face so Guts doesn't know that it's a woman until after. Here to help? Only because Griffith ordered me to. Stay back. Guts pulls the arrow out. Casca gets the sword ready, charges towards him. They wildly flail their swords, clashing, deflecting, landing serious blows at a vicious speed. All of them speed lines, only for one tiny slip up for Casca, costing her almost an eye if she wasn't wearing a helmet. And the helmet like comes right off to Guts' realization. A woman. Bastard! Hey, look! Casca's being driven back. The only one of us who can beat her is Griffith, so strong. Driving too hard. Casca gets pushed back. She's on the ground. I'm dead. But just as about Guts, at that time that Guts is about to deliver that finishing blow, javelin comes right in between their legs, halting the battle. Casca and Guts both staring at this mysteriously armored man with one of the most unique helmets you'll ever see. There he is, staring right into the eyes of Guts. Griffith! Griffith? Haha, end of the road for you. Be careful, this guy's tough. Would you lower your sword? I guess not. Guts goes straight for it. Speed lines, zooming on through. Clashes with Griffith. These panels look so good. I'm just like taking everything in. It looks incredible. Without ever breaking that gaze and that expression, Griffith slips past the sword, and without Guts even having time to react, stabs him right in the arm. Right here. Right next to the arm. He's quick. And down he goes without much struggle. Alright, that's our Griffith. Wild, just one blow. Amazing, with just one strike. He was a fool, taking Griffith head on like that. Excuse me, who do you think Griffith put his life on the line for, anyway? If you don't know how deep the water is, don't jump in. Right, this was my mistake. Hey, say something, Griffith. You've made your point, Casca. Good old Caucus. Idiot. Guts gets back up. Because of course Guts gets back up. What's with this guy? Bleeding profusely from his underarm, he struggles and staggers onwards towards Casca. Stand aside, Casca. He goes right up to Griffith's side. Yeah! Pulls out the sword, ready for a strike. Griffith! And all of the energy and life disappears from Guts' eyes as he collapses and passes out onto the floor. Griffith removes his helmet, revealing that beautiful face. Beautiful soft face with hair waving in the wind. As he stares down at Guts, who finally drifts off. And that is the end of Golden Age number 4. Golden Age chapter 4 ends with Griffith's quick and decisive victory over Guts. Which I'm pretty sure this is the first time we see this as well. This is the first time we've seen Guts like lose. And lose so easily as well. Because he's always been able to overcome his battles and either through like luck or skill or rage. You know. But this is the first time that he goes up against someone like this. And with it not even being like a big impressive clash of swords, he was beaten by Griffith's dexterity. And our last panel is a Guts stare. I'm going to keep saying Guts and Griffith because they both start with G. And we get given our lovely cover for the Golden Age, Chapter 5. Which is like a fighting game. Griffith versus Guts. In a staring competition. We will just move straight into Chapter 5, because these Golden Age Chapter 5, because they're zooming along now, these pages. Because the chapters are getting shorter after the Black Swordsman arc. We start off with the Guts dream sequence being chased by absolute giant beast. I wonder who that represents. Running away, desperately trying to hack and slash at the hand, trying to grab him. And then he looks out onto the hill. Gambino! Gambino, save me! Cutting this thing with a sword doesn't work. Gambino? Don't be ridiculous. That's my right leg you've got in your hand, isn't it? Without that, I can't even use a sword. Ah! Besides, did you forget? I'm dead and gone now. You shoved your sword right up through my throat. It hurt. A lot. Even to death. Oh my god, the whole, like, revealing the neck injury. Ugh. That's horrific. Who'd help the creep who caused all this, anyway? Right, sis? Oh my god. And the dog being sis. Oh god. Gambino, listen, I was... Guts. Yeah. Oh, I knew that the face would turn into this fucking asshole, Donovan. Gambino! You should have died. Forgive me. Please forgive me, Gambino. You should have died. Hell of a nightmare to have. So this nightmare sequence in the anime has to take out so much because of what it doesn't show. So all this kind of shit, this nightmare sequence is so much better with all of the context and like how it's supposed to be. And then we have, oh right, yeah, I remember this. Because we have like the, don't touch me. Stop, don't touch me. And he wakes up. And unfortunately for him, being warmed by Casca, a woman. Dark eyes. Where am I? As Guts goes to get up, he has a sharp pain instantly where a sword wound was, and a flash of Griffith appears in his mind. A very sharp reminder of where he is and what he just had to deal with once he's broken out of his nightmare. We're going to leave the tent. Just a happy band. Just a happy band of the Hawk, all hanging out, being social, playing cards, shaving, bathing, being silly. A merc band. Really young, though. And then, looking across the camp, he sees both Casca and Griffith. That's... As we see Griffith talking to Casca, Casca quite clearly pissed off, marching right towards Guts. Dark eyes. Ugh, and punched right in the wound. Ha! I wish you died after Griffith was through with you. Our Casca gave up being a woman so she could be a mercenary long ago. In truth... Oh, hang on. I missed one line. Sorry. I thought that would come after. The big panel distracted me. Our lovely friend here. It's only natural. Our Casca gave up being a woman so she could be a mercenary long ago. In truth, she's a much better swordsman than the men here. By Griffith's orders, she had to sleep with you for 2 days and 2 nights in order to warm up your body since you'd gone cold from losing so much blood. Warming a man is a woman's duty, he said. What the hell are you doing, Judo? Did that wake you up? Sorry. Griffith glaring at Guts. I'm Griffith. What's your name? Guts. Griffith hands Guts his sword. It's an amazing sword. I could never wield it. Would you accompany me? Griffith. They're gonna be best friends, guys. They're gonna be best friends. And nothing will go wrong. Let's just close the book now. That's it. The end. And everyone lived happily ever after. Save ourselves the pain. What the heck's Griffith thinking? Saving a creep like that. Maybe he's making an ally. I mean, he was incredibly strong. On our side, I'll bet he'd really help with battles. Quit spouting that crap, Rickett. He cut off Errol's arm and killed Dante. How can we just leave him be after that? You're the ones who started it. Right, Pippin? Okay, so we got Rickett and Big Boy Pippin. Very quiet. Casca observing as Guts and Griffith leave the camp. So who are they? All these guys with the evil eye. The Band of the Hawk. The Band of the Hawk? You know of us? Just rumors. The Band of the Hawk. One of the last merc groups you ever want to meet up with on the battlefield. Thanks to them being on the other side, this last castle siege should have been over in 3 days, but took over 3 months. Still, I never noticed it during the battle. To think they'd all be so young. Ah, what a view. Why? Back there, why'd you miss my heart? It should have been easy for you. Why didn't you kill me? As Casca observes from the tree. I love these standoffs. Because I realized I want you, Guts. Are you a homo? Oh, what? That's the question. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Guts got jokes. I realized I want you, Guts. Are you a homo? No homo, Guts. I want you to fight for me. No homo indeed. We were also in that castle 4 days ago, and fortunate enough to watch your one-on-one combat with Bezuzo. It was admirable, but it was dangerous. If Bezuzo's battle axe hadn't cracked, it would have been you with the cloven head. Probably. You're honest. The way you fight, it's almost as though you're gambling on your own life. About that. It really is. You should see him during the Black Swordsman arc, Griffith. That man's gambling a lot. And that's a really a thing to analyze about Guts, especially in the Black Swordsman arc, is like he's facing all of these like monsters and demons, and they make this comparison quite often that he's just a human, right? Pitiful human, weak human, and yet Guts fills himself like with rage. Like he pushes himself past his own limits. Like he becomes more of a monster than they are to fight them, in a sense. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know, he gets very monstrous, like filled with rage, like the humanity is lost from his face because it's all like dark and it's a silhouette and we only see his eye as he's just absolutely like massacring people and like overcoming his own limits. That he is literally like getting like he's literally being a monster to beat out the other monsters, and he tries to do that when he interacts with people as well, like when he was interacting with Teresa, and he's doing the whole like cold hard exterior when he's like, you know, egging her on to end her in life. And then when he walks away from that veil that he has is see-through. He's like crying. He's emotional because he puts on this hardened exterior that he's tough. When there are many points that he shows his weakness, or his weaknesses are exposed in battle, and he overcomes them, right? You don't budge an inst against a monster like Bezuzo or multiple opponents like Caucasus Group. Instead, you run in recklessly, sword swinging. It's no doubt courageous, but it seems that while intentionally exposing yourself to the risk of death, you're also struggling to make it out alive. That's how it felt to me. You're interesting, and I've taken a liking to you. I want you, Guts. No homo. Who's he think he is, talking to people like that? And if I say no, do you? You bet your ass, hell no! Talking like you know who I am. As his wound begins to still hurt, because he's not fully healed, but he's still filled with rage. What do you know, anyway? What can you know when we've never even met? I don't know at all. It's just the way I felt. This makes me sick. You stabbed me, and now you're all buddy-buddy? You're the ones who attacked me. I've got no intention of just forgetting that. And I killed one of your men, so I'm not about to tell you to forget that either. You and me, we're enemies. What will you do? Oh, that's simple. Draws his sword once again. Ready to fight, even though he was almost completely taken out by Griffith just a couple of days ago. We'll settle it with these. If I win, I'll give you a matching hole in your chest. And what if I win? Then you make me your soldier or fag boy or whatever. Alright. Interesting. So, Griffith still hasn't, like... It's interesting how Guts is taking the, like, I want you comments. Because obviously in the anime, he's like, oh, what if I win? He's like, oh, you can do, like, whatever you want with me. He says you can do whatever you want with me. Which is a terrible thing to say to someone. Because that can put you in hot water. Especially if you lose, Guts. We wouldn't want that, would we? He's like, then make me your soldier or whatever. Alright. I don't dislike doing things by force. Griffith! Stay out of this, Casca. But I must obtain the things I desire. It's that damn superior attitude that makes me sick! Swords clash. Griffith's stare is very imposing. As Pippin is the first to notice. What's up, Pippin? Look! Guts and Griffith fighting it out on the hill. Swinging their swords. Ooh. And then, with one quick movement from Griffith, sliced across the arm. And bested by Griffith. How'd he do that? I'm confident I can slice through even steel plate with this sword. He's parrying all my attacks with that narrow blade, and damn well doing it with just one hand. This guy's good. We can postpone this, you know. You're disadvantaged with those injuries. Can it? As Guts' swings get more and more ferocious, swinging it furiously against him, which leaves him wide open to attack when he's attacking this aggressively without thinking. Griffith is analysing every single one of his swings. And he's going to find that opening real easy. I'll win! I'll beat him! Faster! Stronger! That insolent prick. Kill him! Hold it! It's Griffith's order. Don't interfere. Don't be stupid. This is our chance to kill him. Out of the way. Since when are you the boss, Caucus? Here, Griffith's orders are absolute, remember? He's like, oh yeah, there's a sword in my face, so I guess I kind of have to do what you want. Oh wow. And... Griffith just landing those blows against him. Moving so fast, he's barely even drawn on the page. But then, Guts does something very impressive here. Shoves his sword in the ground, swings it right up, catches Griffith off guard. No fair! Ah, swings it down for our first double spread of the chapter, where he swings it right down. Gotcha! Much to Guts' surprise, though, this is Griffith's opportunity to just jump and do a balancing act right on his sword. Naturally. And puts his sword right at his throat. Oh wow. Did you see that? Unbelievable. He's godlike. He's godlike, you say. Griffith beat him. I like you more and more. You'll do anything to win. But you can't swing your sword like this. What now? Feel free to give up if you wish. You're a talkative bastard. And, oh my god. I'll show you how mouths should be used in a fight. This kid, man. All the way from, doing this at 15. And much to Griffith's surprise, he's biting on down on that sword. Those ferocious eyes. This is really cool to see. That's the end of Chapter 5 of the Golden Age, as Chapter 6 continues immediately where we left off. As Griffith's mouth starts to bleed, hell of a dental appointment. And he goes to lift his own sword up now that he's biting on Griffith's. And there's our chapter page of Griffith, like, pushing up against Griffith. Griffith! Lifting him off the sword, pushing him down the hill. They roll down the hill together. He's fallen! Now they're no longer fighting with swords, as Griffith lands a nasty punch right on Griffith's beautiful face. And kicking him too, beating him down. No way! Wait, don't tell me. Griffith's the one losing. You fool, it's strategy. Strategy! Yeah, but I've never seen Griffith like that. Crawling on the ground. It's very interesting to see Guts being drawn with like the silly anime faces, like the silly manga faces, with these expressions as he spits out all the blood. Spits it on him. How's your own blood taste? I bet that's the first time that pretty face has ever been hit. Oh wow. Griffith gets up. Is he grabbing he's grabbing a rock in his hand? It's over. That's that smile. Whenever they do this thing with the pupils. Griffith grabs Guts' arm with ease. And just fucking throws him right down to the ground. Yeah, that did it. That was quite effective. But it's all over now. Will you concede defeat? Or will I have to dislocate your shoulder? Choose. Stretching his arm out. Asshole. And dislocates the shoulder. Pop. Oh yeah, that's our Griffith. Casca is not one to celebrate this one, however, because she knows how the interaction went previously, because she knows that now Guts is going to be sticking around, and she wishes that he'd just died 2 days ago. We didn't know what was going to happen once you fell off the cliff. Moron, you think that would finish off Griffith? Wow, you really are tough. That's what you get. Come on, stand up. Pulling Guts up by his arm and his hair. Griffith? Griffith grabs Guts' head in his hands. Now you belong to me. What's that mean? From now on, he's one of the Hawks. Ooh. He's never said that before. Griffith's never said a thing like that. I want you. Not to anybody. That's because our boy Guts is special. I lost. I lost. He crushed me. Shit, it was pathetic. That innocent grin, ear to ear, like some little kid. But the bastard didn't even think twice about pulling my shoulder out of the joint. He yanked it like it was a doll's arm. God damn it, what the hell is this? You really gonna kill him, Caucus? Shh, don't chicken out now. There's 7 of us. Didn't you all say you hated him too? He killed Dante. Yeah, but he's so freaking powerful. Besides, Griffith. Don't worry, if we're lucky, we'll just kill him in his sleep. Besides, he can't use a sword when he's busted up like that. If we ditch his body somewhere in the woods, even Griffith will think he ran off. these guys will be no problem at all. As obviously Guts overhears this interaction and walks right out. Picks up his sword. Okay, go Sam. Why me? You always do this. That's far enough. Even if he's wounded, he isn't someone you can beat. Casca! Get back to your tents and I'll overlook this. Hey, sorry about this, we'll just go. Hey, get back here. Casca, why do you always take his side? You've got a grudge against him too, right? You had to act like a whore for him for 2 nights. Or did something happen there? Without hesitation, Casca whips out the sword. Say that again, and I'll take your head off. Don't get so riled up, it was just a joke. Guts walks out of the tent. That makes 2 I owe you, so I'll say thanks for now. Don't get me wrong, I'm just following Griffith's orders. If I didn't, who'd bother with you? Go on and get yourself killed in battle. And Guts packs up his bed. After lying in it for a while and sits behind a chest, holding onto his sword. And there we have the camp off in the distance and the castle grounds. I love these like zoom out environmental shots, they're really nice. And then we are fast forward to a battle. The enemy's main force is on top of that hill, about 2,000 strong. Our job lies behind the hill, setting fire to the enemy's rations and supplies. To that end, we'll take a roundabout route along the river and launch a sneak attack from behind them. Once the deed is done, ride back at full speed. Cut through the center of the enemy camp and make directly for the castle gate. Through the enemy center? What's our support? There is none. I was told there's no might to spare a night strike on the enemy. There's no might to spare on a night strike on the enemy. The cowards. They didn't miss a beat. They've got that much confidence in Griffith. The rear guard will be Guts. You'll see to it. Much to Casca's surprise, once again. It's a rough job. You have to keep the enemy busy and protect the escape of your allies. It's a direct forest road, but you'll still have to keep perhaps several hundred horsemen at bay while fleeing. There's a high risk of death. Can you do it? It's an order, right? Right. What's Griffith trying to do? Bet he's just testing him. Anyway, it's a shame. Won't he just run off? No. It's dangerous work, but also an important duty. He's not just doing this in order to test him. Griffith trusts the louse. That's the end of him. I love all these shots. Everyone in the Band of the Hawk like ready for battle. Griffith putting his helmet on. Castle gates open, battle begins. As they charge in. And then obviously I guess we don't need to really see that battle because it cuts across to Guts with the men. This is more like in the river than along it. They're pulling the horses through the water at waist level. I'll bet the enemy doesn't think anyone would launch a sneak attack from a swift current like this. Also, this wind. It hides the sounds of our movement. If we're attacking from their rear, we'll be dropping fire on them windward to boot. All this was taken into account? Hold. As one of the enemy knights goes to fill up the water. I believe this is... It's hard to identify sometimes, but I'm just wondering who this person is at the front. I guess it's just like... This is going to be the thing where I'm going to have to try and remember which each character is. Whether this is like a random soldier or whether this is one of the other characters we've been introduced to in the band. Throws the knife. right into the dude's neck. Takes him down. Is it Casca? I think it is. I think it's Casca. She got a helmet upgrade that she shows her face now. Because Griffith is here as well. Here they are at camp. It's cold. What a crummy night to be on sentry duty, I swear. Not even any forest wolves on a night like this. You're gonna have much worse than forest wolves, buddy. You're gonna have hawks. Forest hawks. Huh? Enemies! As they charge on through. No, it's not Casca. Okay, Casca's got her weird helmet here. Okay, yeah, they've got different armor. So not Casca. Casca's still wearing the weird bucket. As they charge on through. Griffith stands out, like, immediately. He's got such a good silhouette. Like, unmistakable armor. As they all charge through. We got Guts there as well with his helmet. Again, like I've said this before in earlier videos with like enemy knights and stuff, but I love the variation to the armor. Like a lot of it looks like so unique. It's not just like a standardized random background characters just all have the same armor. Like everyone has like something slightly different going on, which is really cool. What? Why is the enemy behind us? Enemy raid! Quick and easy, baby. Quick and easy. As they ride on through. Guts getting the decapitation as the head's like basically spinning away. Throw! Lighting fire to the camp. Running on through. The gunpowder's on fire! The gunpowder's on fire! Camp wiped out. Easy target as we see a floating head and arm like flying past Guts. Disregard the enemy. Break through in one go. It's a night raid. Attacking from behind. Very efficient. Oh, and this is a gorgeous double spread. Alright, who can we see here? Obviously, we see Griffith, which I love that it shows Griffith, like, he's at the front. Like, he pushes through with everybody. Guts isn't on this panel. So it's just Griffith and all of the other members. Riding through on horseback. Ride double file. Now escape. General, it's disastrous. The provisions and powder magazines are burning. I can see that. Hurry and carry them out of here. But this strong wind carried the wind fire faster than we expected. If we aren't careful, a tailwind will spread it to the men's tents. Dispatch the cavalry! If we let a bunch of mercenaries do this to us and get away with it, the knights will be disgraced. They're amazing. I've never seen a sneak attack that quick. That skillful. From here on out, it's my job. Love that. So as this chapter comes to a close, chapter 6 of the Golden Age, Guts has like this resolve, like this purpose that he's like, I'm gonna do my job in this group. Everyone's done such a great job, it's been so skillful, I can do it too. And that brings chapter 6 of the Golden Age to an end, and also volume 4 of Berserk, as next time we will be moving into volume 5. Which is very exciting. So I believe that the Golden Age will still continue in Volume 5. Having a sneak preview at the contents of Volume 5 in this book is we'll actually be moving out of the Golden Age quite soon into some new chapters, which is going to be very exciting. Don't know what they mean or represent, but we've got some great stuff ahead of us at least. So 2 more chapters of the Golden Age, which we'll get into next episode. So it looks like what we'll be getting into next time is 2 chapters of the 2 final chapters of the Golden Age. which is very interesting. And then we'll be going into A Wind of Words. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll just have to wait and see what's coming up next time. But this has been a lovely introduction to the Golden Age and to the Band of the Hawk, and Guts getting introduced to everybody and forced to be alongside them. Loving seeing this in manga, in drawn format. What's very interesting is it's very fast paced. The chapters move quite quickly because they are shorter now. There's a lot of like the action is very quick and successive. And then there are some really good slow character moments in here as well. Some really good just like scenes, especially of like Guts sort of like thinking about stuff, and his stare downs with Griffith, and even Casca observing it from a third person's perspective, from an outsider's perspective into Guts and Griffith's interactions. But some very good shots in here. Again, very fast paced to get through those 3 chapters. And I'm very curious to see what these next 2 chapters of the Golden Age will bring as well. So with that one, guys, we'll bring this Berserk reading episode to a close. Thank you so much for reading along with me on this one. I'm really loving the journey, and I can't wait to read more. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.